They thought that we were done. They thought that we didn't have it in us. They thought that the trade that we had last night was all that we had. They forgot about the 1,001 trades before it, each and every one of them being a profitable, multi-day, trend-defying trade setups that have brought people thousands of dollars in profits. They thought that we were going to turn off the lights, shut down the pit, and walk away with our asses all liquidated. Bybit gets nothing from us. We brought you tools that protect, preserve, and grow. The trader that lacks discipline and patience is transformed here in the land of Cryptopocalypse now, all become professional traders with a little bit of will. MarketSpy, Bybit Pro, the world's deadliest tools, the assassin's choice, at your fingertips. Nothing else comes even close, nothing compares. They thought that this was going to be another channel that clones market cipher, a shit indicator that no one cares about and loses people money. They thought that we were done, but we're just getting started. And ladies and gentlemen, we extend our hand to you from the depth of the platoon to come and join us on this once upon a lifetime adventure where profitable trading is a thing and risk management is how you're gonna get there. With MarketSpy, Bybit Pro, CR, the platoon guiding you along the way. With nothing to lose and everything to gain. This stream, deadly precision. The next trade, profitable. This channel, pure entertainment. Join us. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, yeah. Look, when the office is closed, you don't let strangers in. Psychos from the street. I don't know who that guy was. But let me tell you something, he had a point. That was some epic shit. Now I watched it from a distance and I was like, you know what? That guy right there, he has potential. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Crypto Ranger. This is Cryptopocalypse Now. And we have a couple of great setups for you today, of course. Otherwise, there would be no stream. We don't just stream for the views and the links. We stream because we have something to say. And I have something to say. I looked at the charts. I saw a couple of things. I shared a little setup in the platoon, you know, and I think we're on track. I think Bitcoin's about to surprise us all. Unfortunately, it's going to be one of those situations where it could be either or. But I think with our tools and our experience, we can be that much more accurate at predicting what's next for Bitcoin. And so join me if you're up for the next trade, and congratulations. The trade that we had a day ago, when we dipped all the way down to the 38K level once again, we had a live stream in the platoon inside of our Discord that time. We didn't go here on YouTube, so it was a private session. But during that private session, as per the tradition, I left you with a gift. And that was to buy the dip rather than chasing the candle that was, you know, it was pretty bullish at the time. It looked like it was, you know, it's about to run up. But I said, you know, it's not a great deal. You want to be buying lower. And you should be sitting on a profitable trade. And as a matter of fact, you should consider closing it now or throwing a stop at your entry. But that was yesterday. Today's today. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the charts. Keep the door shut. Up the ante. I want full security in here. No more psychos walking in off from the street, screaming here, violating the house rules. You got it? Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desk. I don't know why I'm looking so blue today. I have no clue. Should be red in the face after that kind of performance. But guess what? I don't care. It was great. Released a lot of demons through that, and that's necessary. Sometimes you got to grab a pillow, just go at it. You know what I mean? Just go at it. Full blast. Now the chat is absolutely dead and I refuse to start the stream. You're not gonna comment on that madness? Really? How you doing, Lucifer? Nice to see you. Guys, get up, get your coffee, and get some energy in here. Because we can't go on living like this. Times are changing. Times are changing. And we need some energy in here in the house. I can't pull the train all by myself. Echo on the mic? No. Really? Okay. I'll take a look. Take a look. At least we have a technical expert telling us that, you know, you have an issue there, buddy. Fix it. Appreciate it. No, I understand. It's probably Tonto taking over the stream again. Maybe. I don't know.
Fuck you, CR. I never get involved with your streams.
Okay, buddy, sure. Sure, you don't get involved, like, never.
That is very rude of you, CR.
You're the one that's cursing. Cut me a slack here. I'm being nice.
CR, you're on your own today on this stream.
Okay. You get your ass back to Discord and moderate as you should. Talking about I'm all alone in my stream. This guy, Tonto, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. He used to be my best friend, and then he died in action. Got liquidated, basically on the battlefield, trading, over-leveraged. Tonto got stories about that, you know. And now, you know, we found a way to bring him back. So now he's like this sentient AI that's not all there. You know what I mean? He's okay. He's pretty good for 21st century AI. Better than Google Assistant and Alexa. But Tonto's got a couple of bolts and nuts missing, you know. So it's expected that he misbehaves sometimes. Though we got to be careful because he can nuke this place down like completely. You know, he can destroy it. Bring us to hell. You guys remember Tonto's office, right? We don't want to go back there. You want to go back there? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have not been paying attention. You're not a true fan. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to give it 5 minutes. I'm not going to spill the beans right now and tell you guys whether we're going long or short right off the bat. Because like I said, I need that chat to get going. And once we have that, it's a fair exchange. I'll give you my golden setup. You're going to love that. But for now, let's just warm up a little bit and take a look at some of the news, developing news in the space. So Ethereum had a network upgrade, London bridges falling and successful. First deflationary block mined. Is that bullish? I don't know. I thought it was. A run up to the event was bullish, but now I'm not so sure. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Although there was no rumor, it's been known. It was news like the whole time. What do we have here? Yeah, of course. We solved it. I was talking to Tonto here, and he was the culprit. He was the one. So I don't look at on-chain analysis, but this headline here suggests that Bitcoin could be on the verge of a big breakout at 42K. Hodler activity suggests. I don't know what that means, but no shit, it's a battleground for Bitcoin bulls and bears right now. And I think they're gonna let it run. And there's a great upside potential here. after a decent consolidation. So I'm going to keep this little bit in mind as we look at the charts later on and try to pair some fundamentals and some data-driven analysis together with our TA. Speaking of TA, I'm seeing a couple of shit posts over here, and one of them being from Tone Vase. Remember how last time we looked at his video and he's like, my indicator said we're going down, and I was like, no, Tone Vase, no, Tony, you're wrong, Tony, we're going up and your shit is lagging. Get with the times. And then we exploded all the way up from 32 to where we are now, while he was like all bearish and was like, oh, it's not looking great, guys. Weekly takes the stage. It's how do you think he got fired? From Bald Man Sucks. Let's take a look. He has to say something here.
All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vase.
Hi everyone. Welcome, I guess, to I guess it's a stream. I guess my name is Tone Vase. I'm not really sure, but all of a sudden I'm very uncomfortable because I'm gonna have to break down the chart and I'm terrified I might be wrong. But anyways, here's my stream. Let's give it a shot.
It's coming to you a little bit earlier than usual while the markets are still closed. But all right, morning everyone. Welcome. My bad. Well, Zoom does that. Close some stuff.
I'm just curious what he has to say. Okay, because he gets views. I want to see what the majority, what they're doing.
All right, screw it. Okay. Now I can share the entire. It's really weird.
It's weird, isn't it, Tony?
All right.
Very weird.
So let's look at the charts. This video will be on the shorter side. Too many things to do today. So here's the.
Hey, this video is gonna be on the shortest side. Too many things to do. Nothing to talk about, but yet I feel the need to stream because I depend on it. It's my bread and butter, so I have to get the video out there, you know. But I got things to do. I'm sorry, it's not gonna be in depth.
The weekly chart, and once again, the weekly chart has not changed. It's exactly the same as it was yesterday.
I'm still clueless. I have no idea what's going on. The weekly chart has not changed.
When I was doing this video yesterday, this was a nasty red candle near
Candle, asshole.
the bottom of the week's low, down at around $37,500. And
This is what these guys do. They tell you where the candle opened, where the candle closed. We were down there. Now we're up here. That's interesting.
I'm saying the same thing today as
I love Tone Vase. That's why I'm spending time with him right now. You guys have a problem with that? I don't think so. Let's keep it rolling.
said yesterday. There is a slightly better bullish case for the weekly chart than the bearish case.
We went up and now we're slightly more bullish than bearish. When we were going down, we were slightly more bearish than bullish. And guess what?
We are above two of my moving averages. My moving averages.
My moving averages. You hear that? My moving. I like to moving. My moving averages.
On the weekly chart are 7, 20, and 50. We are above the short term and the long term, even though the real long term is 200 week, but there's really no need to use that right now. We are below the intermediate term and we are below the Lucid SAR. But next week, we got a shot at breaking the Lucid SAR. And that's one more element that now adds to the bullish side of the market, versus the bearish side of the market.
So what's your entry? We have a shot at breaking the SAR, but SAR, weren't you a little bullish yesterday also, SAR, when we didn't have a shot SAR? Now we have a shot at SAR? Oh.
One of the moving averages is declining while the other two are rising. The MRI is, of course, bullish on the current swing. So the bulls are slightly favored with very serious resistance happening at around 44,000.
44 and 43. Bit of a resistance there. 44 and 43. You know, the 44 level. It's 44, so I don't know, kind of rounded number. 44 might pose a threat.
The daily chart continues to be the main.
I have to, guys, I have to go on ahead and take my risk to reward ratio tool, and I have to slap it on the chart. It's kind of like a wink situation, you know, like, there's a reason I have it on there, because guess what, I have a stop loss place here and I have an entry. Wink. Get it? I opened a position. Here's my classic Twitter bullshit clickbait chart analysis
area at the moment. The daily chart is usually the main focus. Sometimes the weekly steals the show, but it's usually the daily. Now, yesterday when I was streaming right at the lows, I was still pretty damn confident that we were going to imminently reverse back to the upside, and reverse we did.
ETH1! Are you, who are you talking to? Are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Tell us, are you okay? If you're talking to me, you must be, is this your first stream? Things get wild on this channel. It is perfectly okay, normal. As a matter of fact, what's not normal is asking a question like, are you okay? Come on, guys, you know the deal. You know the streams get hot. You can't just sit there and go like Tone Vase over here, dying, trying to figure it out.
The candle ended up closing above 41,000. Oh, sorry, just below.
Wait. It closed above. No, sorry, below. As if we cannot see that. Do any of you guys have access to TradingView? Do you have a chart you can take a look at? Because I think you don't. And Tone Vase's information here could be it's valuable. He'll tell you what the close was and what the open was. Yay! Thank you, Tone. He's so focused on it. We opened here, went a little bit down to here, and now we're here. So that makes me bullish. I feel like that's bullish price action. When we break above the 45 level, I will go long. Tone, up to the 45 level is a trade. Are you kidding me right now?
41,000, and we hit almost 42. No, we hit 41,400. So
and 50 cents. You forgot about that part.
Halfway towards 42.
But close enough.
Now, 42 is of course our prior swing high, 42 and a half to be exact. So let's see if we can get there sometime soon.
Let's see if we can get there sometime soon. And then we'll start opening a position. But while we're getting there, all that money, who's trading that? That's where Cryptopocalypse Now will come in and steal the show. We'll take that trade, ladies and gentlemen, up to that point and take profit when they flip bullish.
Of course, because of the monster move that we had yesterday, yesterday's monster move is comparable. This was a $4,000 move for 10%. It is.
I love the way he said a $4,000 move.
Comparable to the move that kicked off the market, which was higher by percentage terms, slightly higher, less in nominal terms. Then we had one more candle where in the middle of the day, we went up $5,000 for 15K.
5,000 bucks.
15%. but then pulled all the way back down.
This is, ah!
And then we had one more large candle. Oh, didn't mean to move that. And then we had one more, large candle.
One more,
where
one more.
It I guess on the middle of the day swing was for 3,000. I think this was as important of a bullish move as any other candle in the sequence other than the very first candle.
Oh, really? Judge the book by the cover, huh? I see.
Yesterday's reversal is the most important bullish indicator.
I have to finish this, guys.
Since
this is my daily entertainment. I was working hard all week long.
This is just as important as that. I don't think it's gonna lead to 10 days of straight upside for like a 25-30% move to the upside, but it should certainly
to the upside. Oops, upside your head. Oops, upside your head, Tone Vase.
Lead into this area of resistance. I believe we are ready to challenge and break the 128-day moving average. Maybe not on the first hit. We may double top a little bit, pull back down to.
Number one rule, guys, never believe anything. You have to evaluate, assess, and assert your position in the market, and not believe or think or feel. Feel is okay, but believing, don't believe price action. Don't believe what you see.
About 40 and then break it on the next try and then run into resistance at the 200-day at approximately 45K. I am still pretty damn bullish right here. Today's candle
pretty damn bullish.
Has not started all that strong, but I still think today will be one more green day. If not, then it would probably close above 40K.
It'll be a green day, but if not, it will close red. Amazing! How do you do it?
And then tomorrow, I'm anticipating a close above 41K. Sometime this week, I am expecting a close above 41K. And then sometime by early next week, I am expecting a challenge of the new swing highs. Short-term chart is consolidating. This is the 1-hour chart. It's just consolidating. I think it's getting ready for one more leg high.
Hey, 99% of the time, things are consolidating. What's your game plan?
Higher. The 4-hour chart is also consolidating. I think it's getting ready for one more leg higher. GBTC premium pulled back a little bit. This probably has to do with
here comes the filler.
Some of the selling of the latest lockdown.
I need to look at anything to do with Bitcoin
period ending
to fill up the stream time because I can't.
That was bought 6 months ago. That
I can't talk about anything else.
About a week ago. And that's it. After this, there should be no more lockup periods ending because Grayscale has not bought any new Bitcoin into the trust in the last 6 months.
Valuable
so this is it.
Tom.
So once this last round of selling takes place, I know some of the other people that whose lockup period ended earlier are probably selling as well. But eventually, GBTC will become a net buyer of Bitcoin instead of a net seller of GBTC. Bitcoin dominance is not interesting. Gold is not.
Sure, it's not interesting. Have nothing to say.
Not interesting at the
gold is not interesting.
Moment, I would stay away from it.
I'll stay away from it because it's not interesting. What makes the chart interesting? When is it not interesting?
Oil is not that interesting at the moment either. I would wait for the breakout of the prior.
It's not interesting.
Swing high. S&P 500, the daily chart just gave you a green star candle and it's bullish, but it's a total contradiction with the weekly chart, which is
the daily is bearish, but the weekly is bullish. Oh,
on an MRI sell, but today's Friday, so it's similar to the.
Hey, happy Friday, by the way. Platoon, TGIF. Say it with me. You made it. It's truly incredible to have you here today on the stream. So early in the morning. Maybe it's a bit too much energy, but you know, you got to start your day right. You got to start your day right.
The last candle right here, this is so far, sorry, this was Thursday. This is the weekly candle. Today's Friday. Today's market hasn't opened yet into the weekend. It has several months to go to the upside. So what does that mean for my views? Well, my views are I am expecting a 1 to 4 candle correction. So a 1 to 4 week correction, maybe a consolidation.
My views, it means I'm gonna get another batch of noobs that will subscribe to my channel because my videos are 15 minutes long. They tell you where the candle opened and closed, and I share my belief system with you, telling you where I believe the price will be at next. So those are my views. That's your views, Tone, huh?
Something similar
those are your
to what
views?
happened back in May. And bullish for the next
I'm getting
few
bored.
months.
I'm getting bored.
And the S&P 500, very nasty reversal candle on Ethereum. Let's see if the price of Ethereum versus Bitcoin gets back into fast. Bitcoin Mechanic and I were on slightly upward. Bring the bill. So able to survive, which be altered to something like, what is it, to me, and you know, Jimmy was in the middle. But look, if no changes to the bill are made, I don't care. So I don't really care. Okay. But unfortunately, this website will update this weekend. The dates will be the 14th and 15th of 2021, since it's a little around. All right. On that note, I'm gonna get going. Thank you all so much for watching. You can check out my calendar. Well, this is the MRI if you're in conflict.
What a boomer. No offense to boomers out there. You guys, you make the world go round. But this guy, he gives boomers a bad name. That's all I'm gonna say. Gives boomers a bad name. All right. Chat, are you ready? If you're ready, I'm ready. Speaking of boomer, how do I make this window? How do I make the chat show up to the right and not to the left on my monitor? Just kidding. I'm kidding. Just give me a second here, you know. Stay with me. What's happening? Okay, I gotta say hello to media view. Simon Lawrence. Curity Bagaret. I don't know. Some of the names, I'll butcher them, but, you know, Jai George. Alan Olson. The one and only ETH1. Mutlu Project. Taratu. Maros. Chandra Irvin. Patrick K. Maxitor. And the rest. The list is long and exhausting, but Clever Longboat, I haven't forgotten. Josh, thank you for tuning in. You got the chat going. I appreciate it. It's time to return the favor and get the charts going on my side of the... Simon, what does it mean? Ethereum gas price is still on the rise. Chandra, yeah, we'll do another boot camp. I don't know what I'm spoiled. You guys spoiled me. I didn't even think of recording it, but I should have. And I will just for the love of charts, somebody please notify me next time and say, dude, press that record button and make sure this session is recorded for us on a different time in a different time zone. I don't know what I was thinking, so my apologies, but it was a great session. I think pretty good. Covered the basics, gave you a trade setup, the usual. Beautiful stuff. But we'll record it next time. Why are you blurred on pixels? If I can see on photos there. So the photos are the photos and the pixels, you see that RTX off? There's this thing, if you, there's an Easter egg here. You can actually deactivate these pixels and help me afford an NVIDIA RTX 3090 graphics card that will be able to display CR in HD. Until then, it's 8-bit. And what happens is that every time you share the link to this stream, like right now, if you do it right now, and a person comes over and says, I want to subscribe, and they click on subscribe, they erase 1 pixel. To get to the clean HD image, we need 100,000 subscribers, so good luck. It's like a fraction of 0.01 pixel gets erased per subscriber. Now it's gone down a little bit. It was way worse than that. It's gone down a little bit. And that's because we had like 50 subscribers in the last 2 weeks or so. But thank you and welcome, and keep erasing those pixels so we can be people again. And not pixels. We want to be people, not pixels, remember. Bitcoin starting now. Bitcoin is always starting something. Interesting. The Ethereum London upgrade has done nothing to stop high fees on the Ethereum network. Maybe give it a day? 2? I don't know. With all the NFTs, I have no clue. But yeah, this is a live NFT right now. This Pixel CR. PixCR is a live NFT. You guys take it for granted, you know? Oh, Bitcoin breakout. Okay. There was a breakout, huh? Is it a breakout? Yeah, we'll get to the charts in a second. Yeah, 12 in the platoon. Last time we looked at the potential. That's why you don't short it. When you see a short setup, you go and look, where do I buy this short setup? Like, how low can it go? Where can it go? Where can I start getting some orders in? You know, what can I do there? So I'm going to show you something right now. But first, let me go have a little drink. That intro was heavy. Everything we do here on this channel is live. Nothing is perfect. It's just raw, real. You know, we don't pre-record videos. We don't back out. We don't delete. Actually, a couple of videos got deleted. The ones that were talking about a breakdown from 60K. Those by accident nuked them. Technical mistake. Learn my lesson. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I give these streams everything I got. Some of you are just waking up, synchronized finally. And we'll get to the chart in a second, but I know your coffee is still brewing. So is mine. Let's go grab it. Come back and take it from there. And then let me know in the chat if any of you guys have scissors or like, I guess, yeah, it's scissors. Like little scissors that show up under the video. If anyone has that, if you look at the channel, and if on any one of our videos that you click randomly, it has a little scissors icon. If you're the one chosen by destiny itself, let me know, please. Let me know if you see that icon on YouTube. Clifton Lewis. Our program here prices that in. We understand that people are going to be late. It's early as shit. People are just waking up. And first thing in the morning, last thing you want to do is hear this guy ramble. I think we had enough of CR last night or the night before. But yeah, no. You're hitting the sweet spot. We're just transferring over to the command center here, Cryptopocalypse now, the chart central. And so what do we? Let's start with this. So. First of all, let me go to the platoon real quick. Oh 08, 05, 06, 07. How many people did we have in the boot camp? I would say like about 20, 25 last time around. I think we streamed a day ago. Okay. I think it was exactly a day ago. And and we had a trade set up. All you had to do was follow along and get in on the long. Closer to 38K. When price was dipping, remember we had that little breakdown. We talked about how it's a bad deal to be buying right there at the top, and so we want to go to sleep, get filled out, and maybe you took profit, maybe you didn't. But profit wall, empty. That second one, sometimes it's weird because you have it resets at 8 a.m. in the morning. You have a new day, so it doesn't count it as a new trade. But three trades right there. 8 bear, fire, absolute fire, 1% gang, absolute fire, emoji gang. Rush them in, get in there. Just spam it. You know what I mean? But we keep having these trades, you know, these amazing multi-day trades. You know, 12 hours at least in the cooking, in the oven, baking. And we should. This is where we pick up some action because the markets are moving. Volatility is here. Direction is clear. It's not precise. Remember this little. I mean, it'd be nice if we could fit it, but you know, market does this. But overall, okay. You have a flag right now. Some of you guys, you should be long. By the way, I'm going to show you a game changer where we don't really have to do anything. Now you're looking at Bybit Pro, the latest and the greatest that kicks the exchange's ass. Absolutely. And here are my parameters, my loadout over here. Here's my weaponry, my ammunition, and this is the chart setup that you kind of set it and forget it. As long as you're directionally aware, this thing will keep working its way and keep adding those satoshis to your account little by little, little by little. It'll keep grinding its way up. Now, limit take profits are set automatically. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not using it, today the latest version of Bybit Pro was released and it's a freaking game changer. I think a lot of people don't realize it. It's hard to fathom because it's like this should not exist. Only multi-million-dollar market-making firms get to play with toys like this. And exchanges hate it. Because in their eyes, you're retail. And you're not supposed to have access to anything close that resembles Bybit. Like, this is killer. Now check it out. Taking limit take profits here is automated. See that ladder? I was thinking today, I don't know where my drawing's gone, but I was thinking that over here, from here we were supposed to go and crack a little lower, because on an hourly chart, DSR had, a logical place to go long is on the EMA, right? As simple as that. Just load up on the EMA. So I thought we were gonna get a little M shape over here, touch this and go. Now people ask me, if we're looking to go down, how would I play my short? And you simply put a stop loss here and go short. But instead, you should be looking to, analysis should be done like this. You see a setup, you evaluate where that setup is going to take the price, because the next move is going to be the opposite of that move. So whatever's happening here, this is going to push the price lower. You're looking to buy. You're not looking to sell just because there's a setup coming up. Oh, this is on YouTube, baby. Ivandi, this is on YouTube. It's gonna save auto-magically. We don't have to do a thing. But shorting is not profitable. I kept stressing this over the last 2 weeks, basically. And, coming back to the platoon, I wish I had that recording to let all the, not you, the platoon, but all the peeking around the corner wannabe traders around here that are like spying but not really doing anything about it. They're not subscribing, but they want a piece of the action. They don't know that we had a setup and that we said that the green area is where the price wants to be. That's the magnet right there. We looked at DSR in the platoon in the boot camp, and we said that it makes sense for us to go up there. That's the magnet. And we had a monthly chart configured to take advantage of volatility here and to establish a direction. So this yellow barrier here is the monthly close, and we're now trending above it. So 45, easy. If this runs the high here, easy. So what are we doing here? If you guys think it's breaking out, well, go long and be strong. If this is a breakout, it's obviously going to come down. Two immediate things that come to mind right here is this, and whatever the hell is going to transpire here is this. So I'm not chasing this candle, but I know it'll likely to keep pushing higher. So what do? This is a great opportunity to show you Bybit Pro, how we're 0.1xing it right now. Now let's go like 1x. And here are the parameters, right? These are the exit points for an almost automatic experience. We're gonna go long on the ladder into this candle, so it's going to squat a little bit. It's going to sit down over here, do a little push up and then spring back up. So we want to take advantage of that using these values. Is great because I looked at one minute ATR, 5 minute ATR, and these numbers up to 3 to 5 minute ATR make the most sense. And so check this out. This ladder that's going to get filled right now on the 4 hours, right? So we're looking at a full candle retrace maximum, and that's gonna lock us in at 1x leverage. It's decent. It's responsible. It's not dangerous, but it can be profitable based on what we're looking at here. So a couple of things that so the 3 L's, things to keep in the back of my mind, right? 3 L's, not gonna mark them, it's just there. I am thinking about it. Line chart, 1 hour, like this, like this, like that, and so rising wedge over here that was on here earlier, and it looked like we had a chance to break out of it over here. Alas, it didn't happen. But we, you know, if you went short directionally, right, this is a $600 move, just about over here. I asked you guys to take profit here just in case. The exit from here is decent. This over here is now facing a potential resistance over here, diagonal line number 1. There's another one, a bigger setup that's in play. Let's get rid of it. 1, we have obviously a little bull flag that's playing out right now. That's number 1. So the extension of this move up is target's already been made. That's first. Second, the pole, if the markets are generous, rarely, but sometimes they do work out, then we're still looking at about 43 to 45 level. Then immediately we have this grind line here, which poses a threat. Okay, so we're kind of like retesting it. Bitcoin likes to slide against it and then do this basically. So it's never a flat retest, it kind of grinds against it. So a grindy trend line over here. And a bigger play is, I suppose it was this over here. See that profit taking didn't do a thing. Just collected a few sats out in fees. So from here to here, I would say that the base potential here is another target. Also jives, coincides with the extension of this flag. So we're looking at 43,800 potentially on this breakout. Volume is looking strong, but it's also the third wave. It's not like it's consolidated here and it's the first wave. Third wave, you know, I kind of lose interest in it. But nevertheless, that's what we're looking at. Here's another thing. The bigger chart that was posted to the platoon shows you a rather interesting setup. Now, a lot of people are they're using the wicks right now. They're using the wicks to show you a breakout. Now, you're late. The breakout is happening right now, and it's actually let's make it bigger. As a retest. Remember we said we need to ponder this, and it certainly looks convincing, like it's a retest. And here's the resistance level that it wants to run. We talked about one simple rule with MarketSpy, and that is when we're looking at a long-term green flow, the whatever red you see on the short-term trend flow is a buy signal. Red within red is a short signal. Green within green is a short signal. Red within green is a buy signal. Green within red, like over here, is a short signal. So coupled with momentum waves over here, it becomes very clear what is happening here. Do we have time to run? Once this crosses over the zero line, that was a buy the dip event right here, and is the 38K level that we talked about a day and a half ago, which was, you know, looking from this drop over here. We said that we're going to come back down, and this is how we got to today's trade right here today. So if this is a breakout and a retest, right? First of all, we will have plenty of opportunities to go higher to reach true resistance, which I believe sits at around 48 to 50K level. It's not even 45. Mid 40s, we're almost there. This is the target area, directional target area that we have been studying and projecting into the future. And here we are today. I believe that we will see that price action, you know, over the weekend. It's entirely possible. And then on Monday, we'll have a little correction. Two things I was looking for here is the potential bottoming of the, not really evident, but there's an Adam and Eve situation here. Two little bottoms or one rounded formation here, divergent. And we're also looking at a cup and a handle setup here, which means the extension of this move is once again looking to bring us back to about the 50 level for a start to kick things off. If this is a retest and the breakout here was, I don't know, it was kind of backed by volume, but not really. But anyways, this chart to me is telling me to prepare for three things. Number one, we'll have to measure the top to bottom over here, wick to wick. You can't see the wicks, but they're there, trust me. Is minimum distance to go. It sits right there at that resistance, which I think is true resistance. I don't think this 40K is resistance at all. Why would it be resistance? I don't understand. Number two, from here to the previous wick over here, the mid chart extends this a little bit. Now it's not precise, it's not scientific, but I'm telling you, it's 54 eventually. So what can happen is that we make our way here, go back down like this, right? And then finally we have the mother of all ships. And that brings us to real resistance, which I will short the shit out of once we get there. I don't care that you have 100K or 70K in your crosshairs. Our traders know to keep your expectations low, be humble, and take profits gracefully and on time. Now, these are the three extensions here, which we then use the... It's not accurate because depending on where you draw them on this line, they will have a different distance. But typically, if we're looking at a 12-hour chart, this is 21 days, about a month's period, roughly, just about here. We're going to take the horizontal ray. We're going to into draw mode, and we'll put three of these like so. Now this gives us levels to work with that I think we will eventually see, given that this was a breakout and we have an opportunity to trade this up. So that means above this level, anytime there's an opportunity to for Bitcoin to go red, it will now be a buying opportunity. And things can get ugly, but we're establishing a new range above this breakout, and we can basically go like anywhere here in this range. And this is where the majority of our streams the next month or so will be, where we will be talking about price action within this time and space here. That's what we're looking at right now. It sucks for those of us who wanted to buy Bitcoin lower, but it's also been established and understood that it may take a little while before we see the next low, but we will see them. This is not a full-on reversal where we start creeping into the next bull market. This phase is going to be a prolonged one, but eventually we'll get there. Now, once we're at the top and go down, there will certainly be a pattern that will present itself in the form of a potential double top, and that's things like that, you know, very dangerous. And if the market sees that, identifies it, and if it's coupled with some bad fundamentals along the way, then we will see a reversal off from those previous tops, like a failed attempt to break the resistance. In the initial analysis of this price action here, I thought that we would go up, peak, and we will fail, and that can still happen. So let's not be too excited over here, because as it stands, this 12-hour I know is going to last a little while, but if this keeps going higher, I'm definitely going short, and there's a potential divergence that's going to slow us down, and we'll need to buy the dip at that time at around 42, 43 when it retraces, and that'll be a second opportunity to go high. So here we go. One trend line that's looking to play with us here is this. Now, this trend line is very important because when we break it, that's when we will start falling. There will be a short opportunity, because if we just posted a fresh higher low, and now we're posting a higher high, so up to mid 40s, come down a little bit, a few days of side action, go down to the trend line, and there will be another buying opportunity at that time. Could be at 45 from the looks of it, between 45 and 43 or thereabouts. And I think it'll be the final bounce. This is the first L. We're going to print another one. We'll have the final bounce, and somewhere along the lines of this setup right here, we will start trending down for a little while. So that is what I'm looking for in terms of where to trade this, where to take this directionally. And it makes sense to me. So far, you know, these charts were predetermined a long time ago, and we don't typically restructure, change things around on a micro scale, like day-to-day trades. Yeah, it could be some adjustments here and there, but we're looking at a 12-hour chart, so you know this thing is going to last a little while before anything changes. So that's the assessment here for what's to come. But this is not. I don't think this is true resistance. I think it'll get run. It's 43 already. It's running right now. So directionally, you're looking to trade this up, and any dip is a buying opportunity. Never had a chance to buy this lower over here as we planned at about 35, but nevertheless, nothing was missed in terms of these legs up and down, down and up, and even on the latest one over here, this was captured. We got this one, almost 2 candles here. My average was about somewhere here, so yeah, 1,400. Decent number of contracts, and off we go. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, you're long, you're strong, congrats, but this is going to keep going up based on what I'm looking at on MSX. Anything red and the thick green, it's going to keep pushing the price up. It's off to the races. Bitcoin's doing great. Doing great. Are you with it? Is the question. There's nothing to think about. You see it, you take it, you manage it. In time, you will learn that this channel is a little different to all the signal groups and other things that you're used to, that have traumatized you and layered you with PTSD, so that next time when you see a good call, when CR breaks it down for you, you'll question it and you'll miss on the train. Simple as that. Like I said, last night boot camps, we should have at least 20 reports, unless some people are still holding. And that, if that's the case, champions, congratulations. But if you were there, you saw it, you saw me scale in, you saw me talk about the levels, then there's, we're here to make money, not look at the charts. We're not Carl the Moon or followers of Crypto Face. He makes money and everyone else just watches the it's time for us to collectively get in on these trades before it happened. Like right now it's moving and everyone's excited. I'm not. It's done. We were in this from the bottom, 38K. We took profit and now we're chilling, waiting for the next setup. Because why? Because we just grew our account by a little bit. We smashed the annual banking rate on one trade. And now we're gonna look for the next one. And for that to occur, price needs to start consolidating and come to a stop. Right now, it's going to keep running. And we're looking at 45 minimum. This 45 level, the mid 40s we kept talking about, it's going to happen. It's finally here. I can go long right now. But then, if it goes down, I'll have to be underwater and it's no fun. But why do that when I can wait for it to consolidate, trade the chop a little bit, where I know the price will be range bound and not really go higher or lower. Right now it's the peak of the peak right here. Volume analysis tells me this could be the top. This could easily be the top. I don't know. So I'm not chasing it. Bitcoin is appreciated. It's going up in value. You're 1x long on spot, technically. Whatever Bitcoin you're holding is right now, it's growing and you're not messing with it. You're not giving it back to the exchange. You're not responding to FOMO impulses. You're preparing for the next move. And what's the next move? This buy level still remains. That's number one. Number two, we don't know where this is going to end up. And as a matter of fact, it may fail. As a matter of fact, it may do this. Okay, so get ready for that. When it does that, you buy it right here. 39.6, 40K, you buy that because that's going to be a very decent retrace. From this peak to the middle traded range over here, to this, to this, to this. If this happens, instead of chasing this, buy it because that's a good deal. All right, that's another trade for you right there. It's gonna come back down. If it does, no need to guess. If it does, you're buying it right here. You're not buying it now. If it goes up, all the way up, we'll start looking for a short opportunity. Once the consolidation begins, we'll take a look at momentum here. We'll take a look at MSX. We'll take a look at CPR levels, weekly, monthly. and see if we're facing any real danger that others don't see. So instead of longing it, we'll go and hedge and short 1x and get a 2,000 drop back down to these levels, close it, see what it does again, pick up a few contracts on the way on the rebound. So enjoy the show and let your Bitcoin, I said it right the first time. I'm gonna correct myself, Bitcoin go up in value. You had a trade today. You didn't take it. There's a better opportunity, another opportunity that's just around the corner. No worries. No need to take every trade. But when it starts moving, don't react to it. Don't respond to it. Don't go like, well, it's doing something now. No, it's been doing. It's been doing from here, from this orange line here. It's been doing it. It's not doing anything now. It's just exhausting right now. It's like its last like. This is the last of it, you know. And you don't want to be a part of that. You want to watch it go up, do its thing. If it's for real, great. If not, like I said, better deal on the dip. But we'll turn on MSX right now, MarketSpy, do Armageddon analysis and see what's hidden. What are we not seeing here in terms of we can draw these doodles all day long, but we need to know what's actually happening technically speaking. All right, so chillax, guys. It'll be all right. Next trade around the corner. Simple rule is to, when you see a short setup, prepare for a long setup. When you see a long setup, prepare for a short setup. Start evaluating the potential short situation and potential long situation. If you think, oh, it's a short setup, well, how long? Where will it dip? Where will it go? And wherever it goes, be ready to buy it from there, because the overall trend, the trend does not change from here to here. The overall trend right now is we had a reversal and is going up, and we're not seeing that change. So any dip, even if it goes sideways, anything that dips needs to be bought, to be pushed up, not sold. Wait for it to be bought, push it up, sell it. You know. Buy, sell, buy, sell. Count your HCs, one HC here, another one here. Price goes up, wait for it to exhaust. It dips a little bit, buy it. Gonna pump, spend some time trending there. Try to push, fail again, don't buy it. Watch it. It goes slightly lower, buy it, goes up. And you know, the cycle goes on, just like that. One by one. You have trades stacking up, coming up. But right now, it's not really exciting. As a matter of fact, this is boring. When price starts moving, it's already like, you know, it's like finally, it's done. There's nothing to watch, nothing to see. It's gone. It gets interesting when it slows down, stops. That's where the fun begins. Now you're analyzing, now you're realizing, and now you're thinking, okay, let's get ready for this next leg. But you don't chase the leg. Josh, appreciate it. Thank you for the for the like. Thank you for supporting the channel. Now, where were we? All right, cool. Let's keep these on the chart. Start with 1 hour. Increase the visibility a little bit. Now pivot daily high. We're not breaking through this. We're not breaking through this. If it goes up, I might even consider like going short right here. So let's just wait for it. I'll trigger my short in the upper quarter half of this green block right here. So that's what is this? CPR. That's a daily CPR. You guys know how heavy this is? Monthly, not daily, monthly CPR. Everything is monthly over here. Ranger on the week. Let's see. Boom, right at the okay. Will it break above it? I think we're gonna have that fake out. I think people are going to get their nose shine right about now on the breakout of this epic triangle. See what happens. But this for me is a short area right now. I'm not even gonna think twice about it. This goes up anywhere close to R1. I'm going short. Way too thick on the monthly. So that means ranging into August. At least. Mid 40s was my peak anyway, so okay. Looking good there. It has the potential, and I'm looking at my 3 humps right here. 1, 2. Where's the third gonna be? Is it gonna be right here? Higher? Let's see where she goes. Let's see. But this is incredibly thick and brutal. We're not closing above 46 anytime soon. Look at monthly setups over here. So these are very serious parameters here. Now, pivot daily high open is at 2.4. Not too narrow. This is a weekly setup right here. Check it out. Week, right? And we just bounced away basically from the weekly close. This yellow line right here. And price is moving aggressively away from the 50 EMA right here. A little further up, and it's a good short opportunity because this will not be able to catch up, and it's definitely going to overperform, overextend, and it's going to come crashing down right after that. 3,000 points minimum. Momentum is gonna attempt to push it higher for sure, but I might stay up and be ready to position myself right here. Minimum a hedge, maximum a 2x. Bold attempt. R2 on the weekly, R1 on the monthly. Give it to me and I'm short. Eyes closed. For our chart. Could take a while. If this is a flat range going sideways, right? We didn't even have a breakout yet. All those pointy wedges and everything means nothing. Could be running the stops right here. And then gonna come back down. Not likely based on momentum here, but then again, the reversal from like, what was this over here? What was this? Pyramid is what it was. And EQ3. And I don't know why I decided to reverse from here, but regardless, we knew it was gonna happen. We took the trade. 78% FIB maximum daily extension right here, where the stops are positioned. True test for Bitcoin at this point. True resistance right here in the blue. But before we even make it anywhere close to that, I think we'll exhaust in this region right here. So that's what DSR is telling us. Now we had a failure here, so we kind of broke the trend, the purple over here. So that second attempt is this reversal here is not natural. Okay, there's some anomaly here. I don't basically a human involvement, greed, and dumb money being irresponsible. So I expect this to fail actually. Get rid of this, that doesn't really matter. Tricks are for kids. We're looking at the real thing here. It's a 4 hour, so it's gonna take a while. 12 is looking bullish. Likely to push higher and at the same time create a mega divergence. If they start market buying it now, I'm limit selling into it. First hot pocket, pyramids, gonna range in the mid 40s, and that's where I'm gonna trade it. Buying area remains. Well, now because of this move, this actually has to come a little higher. I would say 37 to 36. It's telling us that, or maybe keep it for now. Keep it for now. Sometimes it takes weeks before we see those levels. What else? Get rid of this painting. So daily CPR. Most important thing here is, are we really closing above the TC, CP, and BC on the monthly chart and the weekly? And if that's the case, we should continue to push higher, but ultimately start chopping in this area right here. The bigger picture is that's a 12-hour time frame. We already looked at that, and we talked about how we can end up going to like retest the 50s. But that's not useful right now for an immediate trade setup intraday. But you know what? I think we should. The screen is frozen. How's it frozen? Yeah, you're right. It was frozen. I have 3 instances of Bybit Pro running. Keep an eye on the chat more often. Appreciate it, guys. Sorry about that. Green. Click green right here is what I was talking about. Monthly CPR resistance where we're likely to chop. 12-hour time frame where we're likely to get 1, 2, and 3. And we talked about how we can potentially get up to those levels there. On the BTC USDT chart, we have It's a Mag 7 in progress, and it's not even clean. So I don't know about all this. If this shoots up, like I said, I am short up to R1, starting from R1. On DSR, that would be R2. That's a mid 40 level. And I think we're gonna chop in the green for a little while after that. An interesting thing to observe here is tricks of the trade here. Look. Or was it 1 hour? Yeah, Ranger is telling us that we're pretty much at the top, and that would be 1, 2, 3. If it starts to curl down a little bit, then that's it over here. If it breaks above the Ranger high, which is at 43, 112, then like I said, it's probably going to overextend here really quickly, and at that point it will be too far away from the 50 moving average Armageddon ribbon with the 200 backing it. So that's an automatic reversion to the mean there, and it's a great short opportunity here if it extends there quickly. Monthly CPR, we break weekly CPR, we close above here, so we can like go into it, but we need to close here by Monday. That does not happen. We go back down. Like I said, this is our chop area right here in the green, and that's where you can make some money. Okay, so mini bull flag, right? We have a bull flag over here. Okay, target met. This extension here brings us to what? The middle of this green block. So as soon as we get to the middle over here, I am starting to, like, this is where I will scale my orders up to R1. And I'll just sit there on 1x. And as it goes higher, I'll keep scaling in more up to 2x, up to 3x, and so on. Because I think this is going to be a bigger chop area than most anticipate. Quick notes on MSX over here. Once again, thick cloud, red, buy the dip opportunity and an established uptrend. Red cloud, and we have green setting up. And if it crosses over at the crossover, that's a short opportunity, such as, like, not many examples, but one over here, for example, goes down in the red, confluence from here to here. Great trading setup, great setup that you can participate in. I don't know if we weren't around for that, so but for now, yeah, just enjoy the show. Let Bitcoin go wherever it wants. By the way, if you guys are not seeing this, I don't know what to tell you. You have the latest version. You should be able to see it. Like these parameters, the way it works is that you set one, limit take profit 0% will be set to 100 by default. So try to just use these numbers for now. Use these numbers and see how you like it. See what it does. And it should work out in your favor perfectly right here. So you'll be buying on the ATR ladder, 1x, and it'll be selling it as it fluctuates and moves. So little tiny trades, fully automated. Once you establish the direction, you know, even if there's a rejection and price comes down, there's still going to be a reaction. So you'll be able to hit these numbers very easily. Don't get greedy with these limit take profits and go to like 100, 200, because then you're aiming for like swing trades, and who knows if they'll play out or not. You have an average entry on the ladder, which means it's not an ideal entry, but it's a safe entry. The trade-off there is that you're not getting the best price, but you're getting a safe price, so to say. So a single limit order would obviously be better, but if you wanted to do it this way, I think it's the greatest thing ever. Limit take profits, automated on Bybit Pro. This thing kicks ass, man! You know? So get with it and experiment. Go, 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 right now. Open your charts, put a couple of contracts in and see what happens. Look, as they get picked up, pay attention to the sell orders. This sell order, I did not place it. Bybit Pro did. Picked up 3 contracts, placed a sell order according to these numbers over here. Beautiful. Sold, you know what I mean? A couple of sats locked in. Sold automatically. Automagically. Crypto Multiplier says, I was checking out S1 to R1. So S1 to R1 on X. It has now filled that question. When will that show another calculation up or down? Let's try to formulate this question differently this time. I'm not sure if I'm getting it right. S1 to R1 on X. And then it filled that. If you're still... The orders are all right here. You don't need to look at the orders, but the sell orders will appear right here. As soon as look, they're all automatically spread out. You guys can experiment with this. Looks beautiful. Look, all of them. Look. It's starting to fill them up. Look, it picked up 236 contracts and it automatically placed a sell order to counter that long. So when price moves by these numbers over here, it'll automatically be sold. Now, because let's make it 3, no, like 7, 10, just to keep things rolling here on in 25, you know. My thing is the majority of contracts get 40% get sold on the lowest number. To do the math, the fees kind of add up to this, and so it compensates for the early take profit formula here. Cancel all the buys right here and do it again. 4 hour minimum on this candle. Is looking big candle. You don't want to chase it. I've been making money all morning with it. That's why I was late. Yeah, this function here, right? It's amazing. Position. Limit take profit. Set up to position. So if you go to the settings over here, you will see that I have this enabled as position. Yeah. Give you guys the full view over here, the full treatment. Should be able to see the whole, because the pit is just focused on price action. That's where we actually play and make it happen. Right? We talk about general stuff here. You get the full picture, the whole thing. Okay, never mind. Allow me to go and attend to private matter as this develops. We'll play more, but let's snipe some of these things over here from a distance. Cancel all that. All that jazz. See, automatically all that got taken care of. It's looking good. All right, so now we're keeping the same setup and we're casting another for our buy ladder. And as it gets hit, you can see it places a counter order right here using these parameters here. So all I had to do was just put in a number of contracts and pull the trigger, shoot, buy long, and it does a counter trade right here. And this is the distance, like plus $3 away, plus $7 away, plus 10, so away from my entry. Right, and it spreads out these orders as a sell ladder. You can see like there's 4 of them because we have 4 entries right here. 4 is the maximum, that's all you need really. Here it shows you like what the limit take profit is set to. And that's these fields right here. Freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah. 1 second. Gotta deal with the lizard real quick. Liquidate the lizard. Hey guys, just a quick little note here. Whoever whoever purchased the latest merch to purge, you're a star. Anonymous. That cup, I warn you guys, don't buy the t-shirt. We need to rework the t-shirt. But the mug, the coffee mug, Cryptopocalypse Now coffee mug is the most incredible thing since sliced bread. You need it. So thank you for grabbing that. And the mug and the sticker. Great pick. Great pick. Oof. Now let's get back to what we were talking about. Automated order. Thanks for rewinding the stream. I got lost in the kitchen. I haven't eaten anything, so forgive me. But I'm going to destroy this sandwich right here. So, okay, so we know that momentum is pretty strong, right? The chances of this retracing all the way back down to that 50 EMA that you're looking at the orange line and the CPR level, not likely, not today. So how can we extract a couple of sats here and there? Well, using this method on Bybit Pro is perhaps the best one yet. Hell, go bold. Go twice the ATR amount. Let it dance within that 4-hour candle. Let it do its thing. Look, counter order placed. I'm eating my sandwich, making money. What you want to do, right? Turn a penny to $1. See? Done. Now there are more orders on the way. And those are going to get triggered, get picked up, and then get sold in a very tight range. And you're really pissing off Bybit by doing this because it's all limit. And they're forced to pay you. And they're like, who are these people, man? They already know all of your IPs. They know it's Cryptopocalypse now at work. The whole platoon is just stripping them naked, So this price action right now, I'm not looking at daily CPR levels at all. I don't know what's going on there. I'm looking at monthly and weekly exclusively, because we're dealing with some pretty significant levels and price action that could make or break Bitcoin. So we want to be it helps me keep the big picture at play, But I do have Bybit on another monitor that's open with daily levels to keep me in check if I'm scalping, Yeah, type for each limit take profit. Yeah, get rid of this. Boom, 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 boom. And so you will start you'll put in 30, and then you will say, okay, so the greater the distance, the smaller the contract size you need, because to balance things out. I don't know if it makes sense, but in this case you're gonna have 30, and over here you're gonna put 10. So you have 100% of your order size to deal with here. You click plus and you go, okay, over here I'm gonna go plus 10. God damn it, my bad. Plus 10. And over here now you'll drop it down to 20. You'll click plus and you will say the distance will be say plus 7, and limit percentage here will be 30%. This is just liquidity market making type of trade setup, right? Where you're just constantly taking one point out of the exchange and benefiting by with the inclusion of fees and everything. So here you can go like +5 or even 3. You know, the bigger the size, the smaller the numbers here. The smaller the size of your contracts, the more liberty you have to put these at, and you know, hold the position longer basically. And it automatically set it to 40 because that's like full 50% right here. And you're good to go. So now you'll go like 4-hour ATR, and you're like, okay, every time when the order gets filled, so it will cast a ladder, right? And every time price dips, and because volatility is pretty good right now, obviously you just tell by these legs, volatility is good. So if it starts chopping, it's going to start selling 40% of your whatever gets picked up at $3 away from your entry on a long setup, right? So if you're going short, you'll put these at minus, like -3, -7, -10, -30, and go back and work on your sandwich. Clifton, it's amazing. This go to your favorite YouTuber, tell them about Bybit Pro, and say, if you don't use it, then you're sus as hell. Obviously, if they want to help their users, they will help us and promote it and say, look, you absolutely need to try this out. If they don't, you know they're in it for the affiliate link, and they want their users to get wrecked on market fees, liquidations, and stop losses, because that's how they get paid. So a quick litmus test here is that go to a YouTuber and you tell them, hey, you can give me one good reason as to why you wouldn't want to use Bybit Pro, and it's a legit reason, and they can prove it. I'll give them $1,000 for an honest answer. Now, I know some of them are millionaires, and they're like, oh, what's $1,000? But that right there, they can pass it on to somebody else who might need it. They could do a giveaway. That's an ego issue right there. If they say, I don't need $1,000, I have millions. But a rich person walks down the street and sees a penny on the floor, he bends down and picks it up. Only an idiot would say, I have so much money, I don't really need it. I'm going to throw money away. That's you know, we're talking about rich and wealthy. It's two different things. So Bybit Pro is dangerous. It's dangerous. YouTubers run from a powerful, they can't handle the power. It's too powerful. It'll destroy the user base. They won't make any money. But the users will. The traders will finally have a way to make money. Whatever system they end up using, Bybit Pro will fuel that, will boost it. And if anyone comes along and says, no, you shouldn't, then we have to question their ulterior motives, why they're doing what they're doing. Are they really helping? Do they want people to be successful traders, or do they not really have anything to pass along and it's all just fluff? All right, do you ever use decreasing under scale when laddering? Never. No reason to never. in respect to risk? No. But when selling, oftentimes it's a decreasing ladder position. So I sell the majority as fast as I can within a closer range and let the rest run and take little amounts of profit higher up. Because higher is not guaranteed. But an entry and at least one ATR away from a good entry is you know, you want to collect the majority of your crop right there. Exactly what Rather said there. You want to get out of a trade as soon as possible. Sometimes you just get that feeling. You get in and you're like, I don't know if it's going to make it. You just cast that decreasing ladder. Problem solved. Or at least partially solved, you know. I think of it as decreasing or managing your risk. The whole game is to find a fine balance between when the shit hits the fan, you're positioned to deal with it, so the panic doesn't kick in or anything like that. But on the other hand, it affects your profits. So you're not getting that instant gratification from these kind of trading angles, you know. You're doing it in your mind. You have $1 million portfolio. Now, for some of you, maybe that's true. For others, maybe they have $1,000 to play with. But that $1,000 has to be treated as $1 million portfolio, and that risk approach to it should always be the same. That doesn't give you or take away any rights to trade differently based on your size. You still maintain that risk, because guess what? The guy with $1,000 will survive and trade another day, while that millionaire goes tits up and goes broke overnight. The market smashes people like that every day. They're millionaires from heroes to zeros, just like that. Actually, the more money you have, the easier it is to lose it, because you just go off the leash. Then you can do whatever you want now. And smaller traders, smaller accounts, they're frustrated because they're like, what's the point? Like, how am I ever going to make money? Well, that's the thing. You can't really make money with no money. That's the harsh bitch of a reality that we have to face and say, look, if you want to make money, you have to consistently maintain the health of your account. You got one Bitcoin in there, keep it that way. Your job is to preserve that amount. Add more to it little by little. Well, social life, how do you balance trading life with social life? Social life is, you know, I've got a family. You don't really, for younger people, it might be different, right? But once you cross a certain line, your social life is kind of like, you know, meeting up with colleagues from work every blue moon, you know, once in a blue moon. So once a month. I mean, what are you really doing? Going out there, drinking coffee, looking out the window, enjoying the beach. Like, what is social right now, especially during Corona? Even when you work for a prop firm, you're just grinding and looking at these charts all day, waiting for the chain of command to give you a list of things to do, you know? Then you perform the task, and then Kevin from the desk across comes over and says, hey, you guys want to go grab some, you know, had a good day today. Put in a few trades. Found the liquidity we were looking for, and let's celebrate. You go out there for, you know, a little cup of coffee or whatever you fancy. Maybe alcohol, I don't know. I don't drink, so. So social is a very broad, but while you're in a trade, there are a lot of things you can do. around the house or around the neighborhood, in the garden, if you have a garden, you know. You just kind of, that's the whole balance, you know. It's just like any other work, any other job. At the same time, people who really wanted to make money, entrepreneurs who, I don't know, Jeff Bezos, like Elon Musk, right? Like who else are you gonna bring up? There are smaller ones. They're brilliant, but I don't think anyone would know. Authors and stuff like that. What do they do to socialize? Well, their work is socializing with like-minded people. So what I'm trying to say is, come to the platoon, visit Discord, say hi. The best way to socialize with like-minded people who actually understand what you're up to, what you're doing. Understand the hardships, your ups and downs. Good days, red days, green days, you know. Friends in life, they're into some other shit, you know. You don't really share a lot unless they're like your co-workers, basically, which eventually become your friends in the long run. But there's also the family life, the kitchen life, you know, the kids' life, the walk in the park life, the leave me alone in my man cave life, you know. It's all in the mix. It's all in the mix. But trading, wherever you go, Bybit on the go, in your phone, you can't run away from it. Every broker has an app, so you're peaking every other hour. It's like the people who are at a dining table and then they excuse themselves and they say, excuse me, I gotta go for a smoke, for example, right? Same thing with us. We're like, excuse me, I gotta go wash my hands in the bathroom. I just feel like they need to be washed. You go in there, you pop up the phone and you're like, yeah, what Bitcoin's at right now? Oh, snap. All right, target's getting hit. Good. You come back, all of a sudden you're happy, you sit down, they're like, what's with you? And you're like, you know, life is great, guys. Let's continue. Cheers. And then other days, you go to that damned washroom, you come out, palms sweaty, face looking like spaghetti, all sour and shit. You sit down and you're like, God damn you all, you don't understand. Like, what's with you? And you know, your trade just hit the stop loss and now you're in the ditch. Or something like that. I don't know. There come the orders. What orders? How about use flat on that, not increasing? Flat's not interesting. Flat is flat. I honestly never use flat. I guess it's based on the feel. You know, once you're synced with the market, you're synchronized. You know, you're connected. You feel each other. You directionally, you're just like right there, right? After a few days with it, you kind of like establish that connection. Now you understand that you're using decreasing because of what you're seeing. You're using increasing because you're not so sure. I look at it as a confidence level. Increasing when you recognize the market for what it is and say that, look, I'm a nobody, you're the king, and you can kick my ass any moment. I don't want to mess with you. Increasing, I'm going to increase my distance when you start swinging punches at me. You know what I mean? I'm going to step back and then increase my distance in order not to get hit when the market gets moody. Decreasing is when you want to be aggressive and attack and be like, you're my bitch. You're going to do what I say. I know you're gonna move up, so I'm gonna, you know, decrease my position and like take profit of the sooner. Kind of like that, you know. And flat, when you're both just there just for the hell of it, you're not doing anything. You're looking at each other. The market is studying you. You're studying the market. And you just go flat equal. You say, you know what? Let's do this 50-50. You know, let's be fair. Half and half. I'll go flat. You go flat. And hopefully both of us are right, and we end up trading the range. And it's better than decreasing and better than increasing. It's a perfect balance. So it depends on how you feel, right? So that's what it is with these with the scale order right here. I think. Open to interpretation, I guess. Do you guys only use 1x leverage or go higher? Maximum! Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. What I mean is, most of the time, yeah. 1x, recommend it. But sometimes, every once in a while, I believe the market presents an opportunity once in a while where you're allowed to go a little higher. But the way you do it is you start, like you get an entry, somehow it works out. It moves for a few days, refuses to go down. Then you have a buying opportunity, you add to it. I never recommend people go like 5x at one point, but adding to, so either A, averaging out when necessary. So that 5x is like you know, you play video games like Super Mario and you have 3 lives. That's 3x. So if you fudge up, you mess it up on the first go and you're underwater, now you have 2 more lives to get yourself straight and break even and get out of that trade. Or give in to the stop loss and commit seppuku, which is the suicide with a tanto, Japanese knife. You know, so you have that choice: close the trade in the red, or start increasing it, adding to it, or consider going. If you have a trading system, right? For example, just for example, come on, load up. So there you go. So you have, let's say, you went long over here. Price dumped, you're underwater sweating, but somehow, you know, like this is, you know, whatever, right? You survive. Price pumps, you're in the green, and you're thinking, look, if it pumped this aggressively, maybe there's more upside potential. Okay, you do your analysis, you evaluate, you see that there's a GPS dot, you know, there's a setup here, everything's looking greenish. Higher time frames, most importantly, are super bull, right? And these red diamonds come along, dragon skin. Suddenly you remember watching CR's stream and you remember we talked about the strategy. You remember the strategy and you're like, okay, checkpoint, add. So you're 1x over here, you're in profit. Let's say you take 0.5x profits and leave the rest. Here you add another 1x. Now you're 1.5x, price goes up a little bit, but now your entry is here. So it affects your stop loss. Your entry is no longer here, it's like somewhere around here. So whatever, it bounces up, right? Another one, and you're like, dragon skin is getting thick over here, okay? There's lots of support, momentum, okay? Maybe I'll add another X. Now you're 2.5X and your entry is literally right here. Well, I lie, a little lower. It should be a little lower, but pretty close. But now you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, if my entry is here and price is here, high or low, I'm gonna hold it. Boom, it goes up. You take profit at, you know, whatever level. Maybe one of these orange lines over here. You take profit, but your position is now up to 2.5x. But your entry is not from here. Your entry is now from here. So it's kind of the same. When you hold 1x for a little while and you close it, consistency means like your profitability, it doesn't fluctuate. Whether it's a small move, big move, it kind of balances everything out, you know, if you play it like this. So there's this thing that somehow makes everything balance itself out. It's almost like there's no shortcut that you can exploit to somehow make it magically increase. So your profits are always going to be relevant in accordance to your account size. That's what it boils down to. It cannot exceed that. Like someone with 60K in their account, their 1%, they're playing it the same way as you are with $500 in your account, for example, and you're 1%, you know, you increased that and you made $5 on the day, and that's you know, if you break those rules, goodbye $500. If the guy with 60K in his account breaks those rules, goodbye 60K. Obviously, the guy with 60K is gonna get pretty upset about that, most likely, especially if it was everything that they had. And the guy's strategy with 500, maybe they're just reloading. I knew this one guy, he kept putting in. He had a stash of cash, but he kept reloading it. Liquidated, so what? Not a big deal. I'm trading small amounts. Next thing you know, he looks back at the history and he just wasted like 20K, but in $500 increments over a period of like 6 months. Oof, right? Because he thought he could flip a coin and leverage up with $500 in his account, and somehow that's gonna, one of these days, that's gonna like, it's gonna catch up with all the losses that he's having. He's gonna catch up and outperform, and this just one more win that's gonna like cover all those losses. And obviously, you're not thinking straight. If you had a couple of losses, now you have to take a little break. But what's $500? Why should I take a break? You know, just continue smashing that buy button, watching Carl the Moon and Crypto Face, you know, boom, 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 minus. Those guys get paid, commissions cover their losses. Us, you, that guy, nope. That's all you had. So I don't know. It's really, it's all relative terms, you know. It's exactly what it is, how it should be. It's 100% fair. The market is like really fair. The opportunity is equal. The outcome is not. Like the reward is not. The experience, what you get out of it is not the same as what I get out of it, right? But universally, if we can trade this way, it's less exciting, but your survival depends on it. So you can trade tomorrow. When there's a setup, you can trade again and again and again and again. Now we've been trading this for a little while. So tomorrow I'm gonna drain this. Check it out, 1 Bitcoin. It grew a little bit over the last few weeks. And then you just get rid of that and sell whatever the market price is and bring it back down to 1 BTC and start growing it again using the same methodology on this account. Now I have a couple of them set up, and there are different strategies for each and every one of them. But in this particular exemplary case, this is what I want to get across so people understand. You can start applying that to your portfolio. Selling and taking profit is very important, because BTC dips. You can buy with this Bitcoin that you sell right now. Price comes down a little bit. You have a choice. You can keep the cash, or you can reload and bring that 0.12 Bitcoin back and actually get more, because it's cheaper now, you know. And we need to do that leverage tutorial, hardcore beginner leverage tutorial. The thing is the wrong question to ask. Do we use 1x leverage? Because your leverage is not something you pick and choose. Your leverage is determined by the number of contracts that you put on a trade. So depending on how many contracts you're trading, that is your leverage. So anything above, click on your Bybit Pro right here and it will do 1x leverage. Click it again, now you're borrowing. Click it again, you're borrowing 3 times as much. Click it again and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's like 5x. And you might think like, what Bybit does, listen, these devils, right? Like you have to understand, they give you a scale from 1 to 100 and your mind, it's a trick. Your mind is thinking, well, what's 5 on a scale from 1 to 100? The thing is, that's not real. 100 is not real. Okay, it's it's borrowing so much, so many dollars on a penny that you just, you know, you pay the price when you make a mistake. So it's the scale from 0 to 100 that makes you think 5 is fine, 3 is fine. Really, you should be thinking 1x, whatever you have the collateral. You should be thinking 0.1 to 3 max. Okay, 5, make it 5, whatever. 0.1 to 5. Now 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, all the way up to 5, right? You look back and you're like, holy shit, that's a scale that like I can do a lot with that. And so that's your risk limit. And you can play with that and be flexible with that. But of course, it's not what your favorite YouTube guru told you about the trader lifestyle. So you're thinking, but there's gotta be a way. These guys are like stupid and they're making so much stupid money. How do they do it? I'll tell you how. Visual effects, illusions. Go to Bybit. Click on the developer console. Go to your daily realized P&L. Modify that value using HTML or whatever inside of your browser to $6,000. Take a screenshot. Go to CryptoFace's Discord, post it in there and say, look how much money I made today. Bazam! But Bybit Pro P&L card, you can't fake that. The only proof that anyone can have in this space when trading is Bybit Pro P&L, authenticated, legit, holographic proof of authenticity card. The P&L cards that we have are real. They cannot be faked, photoshopped, or whatever. It is what it is, you know? Other Discords, they just... there's tricks involved all over the place. Top traders on Twitter have been caught before. Josh Razor, or whatever his name is. There's this one guy. His name kept popping up everywhere. And one day he gets caught photoshopping his entries and positions and P&L. It's like, dude, why? You have 200,000 followers. They listen to you, and you have the need to do all this. People have issues, man. So we need to not look at that, but rather focus on 0.1 all the way up to 3 maximum and say, this is my risk limit, my playground, my parameters here. This is how I can average out a bad play, and this is how much it's going to take. And that's the reality of it. Forex is the worst. You end up owing more. Not only do you get liquidated, you end up in debt. You can lose more than you actually have in your account. You guys are lucky you're trading crypto. You thought this was hard. Those other places are ridiculous. And they make it look easier by saying that, oh, it's not as risky as crypto. And I bet a lot of you are enjoying tax-free gains using derivatives, or when you end up selling it into USDT somewhere. I don't know. There are a lot of tricks. I'm just saying that enjoy it while it lasts. Because once they turn this into some bullshit regulated FX-like industry, whatever you guys pick up here, you're with that. You're on your own. And I'm out of the picture because the only reason I trade crypto is because the Wild West. And I like the flexibility that it provides. But it's not as liquid. There's not as much money in it, so they don't care for it for now. No, Radosh, I'm never building a short position. Not now. Not now. We're going to be building. I guess you missed like the top of the beginning of the stream, and we talked about how if we break this level on the weekly and close, I'm going to be opening up a short in the monthly CPR green block right here. Like as soon as it starts chopping, in this thing over here, like it goes up to R1. That's when I start opening up a short. It's from this point, not before. It's you know. I didn't realize it went to 43 already. Actually, pretty insane. Well, hey. Surprise me not, Bitcoin, because you've been known to pull off tricks like this. And once again, shorting is the only reason I'm going to consider shorting here is to hedge and protect, just in case after a week later we find ourselves like trending at 42 or below again. I don't know. So let's see. I'm trying to stay up for this actually, just to see if I can get it in before I go to bed. Because if it goes up here, I think it'll be tired. Look how far away it is from all the baselines. It's gonna get pulled back eventually. Gonna get pulled back. That sly, slick, and wicked Bybit Pro told me she was my girlfriend. Taratu, I can't believe this, man. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with her. Who else is she sleeping with? Unbelievable. Breakout is above 43K. I agree. Just the game of waiting. Game of waiting. Yeah, 1x max is what you're aiming at, but at the same time, sometimes you end up with like 5, 10x. You have no choice, but you're ready for the, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm gonna go 10x. It's like, no, I end up with 10x because it was a bad entry and I wanted to average it out and, I ended up with 10x. Alexander, I knew it! I knew it. I had my suspicions. But anyways, yeah, it's amazing, it's great, and I don't know why the hell we're not using it right now. So 6.94, that's 7x. Let's go 2. 2 of them should be okay. There we go. I gotta figure it out. How often do you adjust your distance for a trade? They're timed bombs. They're timed. If I'm looking like, say, an hourly time frame, right? And let's say I'm expecting this to go down into a short, and it's going flat. It's not moving. Doesn't want to, or it recovers, right? That's a telltale sign that it doesn't want to. There's no interest. Like the market doesn't want to go lower. It's not that it's gonna fake out. It usually tells you, like, we talked about this, right? It's one of our core strategies, the 3 to 4 candle rule. When they're sideways, the market's trying to tell you something, right? And sometimes it's not as obvious. For example, I would consider like this little retrace here a mini downtrend, because technically, if your entry was here, you were able to capture one of these bodies, and $300 move on a 1 hour time frame. It's probably the 1x ATR of that time frame, maybe even 30 lower. So once that distance is set, I tend not to mess with it. But if it starts, guess I don't know if I understand the question here. Distance for a trade. I try not to fiddle with like targets and stop losses, but at the same time, you can't act like some traders. They have a serious issue where is the ego principle, right? Like it has to be right. It has to go there, or I'm not taking I think the best trades are the ones where you're getting in on a trade, it starts moving, and you literally don't have time to take profit because it just like randomly just goes right, like $1,000 up, and you're like, whoa, like at that point, I'm just closing it because I know I was probably aiming for 2-3x ATR max, and then I just look at the size of the candle and I'm like, oh, okay, there we have it. Didn't have time to take profit. I'm definitely going to take profit. Like I'm going to market close it and just forget about it. Thank you very much. The market gave me something. But in no way will I think that, okay, there's a breakout, I'm going to hold it higher. It will go higher most likely, but because I was not anticipating it, I wouldn't pursue that. Anyways, this thing is being annoying right now. It's really like, you know what it is? It's the FOMO traders that are gonna trigger this uprising here. They're gonna trigger it, and if it goes like anything, like if it goes sideways like this for the next, like, I don't know, 12 hours or so, and these kind of moving averages catch up and align, and it starts going sideways, man, it's a short. It's a short, because this thing is just gonna crap out and like retrace. All of this will get eaten. But the number one mistake you can make is when you think it peaked and it topped out. No, it has to post greed candles. Greed candles are the ones that are just like having a hard time going up, but they're still pushing it. They're still pushing it, even though there's a divergence. It's overbought. It's time to go down a little bit, but they're still pushing it. Then what the market does is that it reaches a critical point where it's like, okay, I've had enough. People take profit, and then the first red candle triggers panic and fear, and all of them, like lemmings, they go, and liquidations begin, right? That's the beauty of the market. You can anticipate people's behavior overall, but you got to give them time to position themselves. You got to give them time to make that mistake so you can counter trade them. Not when it's just like, a lot of times it's tempting to just try to get one of these peaks and say, oh yeah, because that's what you see on Twitter. People are straight punting, and you see that on Twitter, and everyone's like, I wish I could just like get one of these wicks, just hold it as it gets rejected and it just keeps dropping. That's a fantasy. I don't know. I'm not in favor of those kind of plays. You got to give the market time to set itself up for failure. you know, before we think about shorts. It just broke out and we're like, yeah, it's gonna fail. We're thinking like, is it time to short? Is it time to short? Is it time to short? Is it time to short?
Is it time to short? CR, is it really time to short?
No, it's not. You heard it here first at Crypto Apocalypse Now. You know what I mean? It's not the time. You have to give it time, but it's not the time. You have to give it time. Let it develop. Let them get in, all of them. Just watching it. Because usually, you know, on this channel, you guys know that we tend to have trade setups way down below, or rarely, but surely once it makes its way up, you know, we're gonna have a short, but a little higher, because that's what the market is going to do. Just when you thought there's one more wave, so we let it pass, and when we see it's getting tired, we'll kick it. Kick it in the nuts and make it drop. You know, go with the flow. And then once it drops a little bit, you know, it'll pull back, then it'll drop again, it'll pull back. You'll realize you're inside of a range. And because it pumped, it is likely now that it's going to retrace. So there's a higher probability that now it's going to go down and cool off. Because why did it stop and start ranging at a certain level? It could have just kept going up. But no, people will realize, well, it's not going up. I might as well take profit now. They take profit, chain reaction. Everyone takes profit, price drops. But we need to wait and see for that to happen, you know. Yeah, there's a good chance that it might go to 40, 45. But the thing is, that risk you're willing to take right now for a long could pay off up to 45. But what if it doesn't? You know, what is certain is that the next move, the next wave after this is probably going to be just as big, and that's going to be your trade right there. You know, but it'll be more certain. It'll be more. Nothing is certain, but you know, probabilities will increase, most likely. So it's at R1 right now. We're probably going to see R2. Okay. Just gonna throw a little short right here at this price level. I'm gonna set these targets right now. just in case, multiple. So we're still playing with the ladder, kind of tracking price from below, you know. And the 4 ATR. And we're also the chaser, you can use the chaser sometimes. For example, volatility is super high. Not right now, it's not really high, it's actually pretty dead right now, but sometimes when it starts dropping, usually on drops, when I want to get it quickly on the wick, I'll set it to a distance of 100 and then I'll chase it infinitely, and then my order will be something like, you know, relative to the size of this account, like 1,000 or something, and then I'll just take profit plus 50 on the rebound, you know. Let's say we want to do like 40%. Again, the same thing, and then if it rebounds by 20 distance, I want to take 30, and finally plus like 100. Take another 40. Sorry. And that should do it. And you go buy long. And what the chaser is going to do is going to maintain that $100 distance. So if we get a spike where price rapidly drops by over $100, right? I'm going to get a fill for 10,000 contracts. And because of such a violent drop, there's a chance that within the next few candles, it will reverse and hit these targets instantly, right? So, but if you, it's not really going to happen immediately. So sometimes people, they drop this distance down to, I don't know, something like 30, and that's a good way to end up underwater, in my opinion. Yeah, limit take profit only works when the focus is on the symbol and you cannot trade it like it. The thing is, Bybit itself on their native terminal, it does not support these tricks that Bybit Pro is doing. It's a market maker's program, and it's live focused on a particular chart, ticker and account. So it's a live API connection that it's like a hawk that flies around in the sky, and it targets this one mouse from 1,000 others on the field, and it maintains it in its sight, you know, targets only that, and that's what it is essentially. I mean, it would be nice if you could just set it up on different accounts, different symbols, but then you have to think about how, you know, that connection is very important. You know, you have to have a stable internet connection. That's why people who are doing like high frequency trading, their servers, they have to be next to Bybits, like in the same region, in the same country. Like their office, sometimes they have to rent right next to where Bybit is and their servers are to minimize that ping. So this is as good as it gets for people worldwide. And I think it's a small sacrifice to just have one particular instrument that's open. I know you guys trade like Ethereum, XRP at the same time, but you have different strategies. For example, one that's less volatile, you can just set a target, get an entry, scale, do a ladder, manually put them in here, go to sell orders and click on these like price and quantity over here, set them up and just walk away and focus on something that's actually actively being traded right now. In this case, like Bitcoin, for example, right? So pretty good for what it does. Yeah, so you can have 2 Bybit Pro sessions. If you have multi-monitor setup, that's another way to do it. You can have one open here and another Bybit Pro that's focused on another. So that's a quick hack to get around that limitation. Yeah. Yeah, Lucifer, we're just waiting. We're not doing anything. Probably have something by tomorrow, but today that was that. Probably left already. Yeah, so this is not likely to get hit. The chaser, I mean, right? But it, you know, reducing the distance, you're also at risk of buying the top here. So we're not going to demonstrate that right now. Although you can, let's do it 20. It does. Let's see what it drops by. Okay, so it's 42,980 right now, right? And within a space of 10 seconds. Okay, 2, 3, 95, about 20 on average. You can get a hit on 20. So bring this down, obviously, to just activate it on the 20 moving distance here. And when this thing drops, it's likely to get filled. There it is, it got filled. And now we have counter orders set at the same time in the opposite direction. So so chaser, only when price is falling really, really fast and you feel like it's almost coming to an end. And you see that we have crazy jumps by, I've used it like 3 times so far in this, since the drop. Okay. But yeah, not at the top. And also when I don't have the time to click limit, sell, short, buy, and flip between sell and buy, when I want to take profit on an open position, I would use chaser to actually give me the best exit possible within, as price moves about. Because if I set a limit and it doesn't hit it and price starts falling, I have to cancel, set the limit again, or keep spamming this sell button to get a limit out. And by that time, price is already like at my entry, and I might as well just throw a chaser in there. And as it's falling, it's gonna have a period of where it first pulls up a little bit and goes back down, and Chaser's going to get you out of there because it's going to maintain the minimum distance needed to get a hit, and that works. That works for Chaser in that case. But I never use it for a very strict sort of entry-exit strategy. It doesn't make any sense, you know. On lower time frames, I don't know. But it's the kind of thing. It's very creative, you know. You can apply it to your own style of trading and do a lot of crazy things with it. It's basically limited. These are just some of the. It's like a coloring book, and I'm just showing you like how to color this ducky in yellow. But you could use other creative ways to throw paint on it, you know. And Chaser can be so useful depending on how you use it. Just have to get creative with it, you know. I haven't had the chance to explore all of its potential because this Bybit Pro build is fresh from the oven, right? We all got it at the same time. I didn't have time to play with early access, and so I don't really have much to say about it now. But it's a very powerful feature that no other platform offers at this point. Tracking price automatically it's incredible. And look at that Bybit Pro. This new version is just right now it's selling, buying, and look, we increased the percentage from 1.5 to 1.7 now. Just by messing around with small number of contracts, it's creeping up. It's creeping up. You just have to make sure that you don't start doing this during a reversal when we have a full-on rejection of sorts, because by then it'll probably place you underwater. But so far so good. It's like, you see how price is starting to like creep up sideways, you know. They're still testing it. They're still like, yeah, but it has to go higher, and it'll keep doing that until it gets tired, and then it'll drop. It'll drop. The higher it goes, the bigger the drop will get. Simple as that. Well, we already see some people taking profits, you know, little by little, but they're still hungry. They're still gonna push it higher. And so the people who sold here, they'll feel left out and seller's remorse. They'll be like, oh, too early. And the buyers are gonna be like, yeah, you know what? It's not too late. Both of them will obviously be wrong as the market starts to trend sideways, and now they're questioning every move. Now they're leveraging up and waiting for the next leg, but the leg just happened. So the market is now will attempt to collect some stops, you know, seek liquidity. If it gets stuck over here and can't push higher, then we're due for a little comeback. But I think it'll get bought up, and so we shouldn't see anything too scary at these levels. Not yet. Not yet. So back 5 streams ago, I remember we had 43 as the sort of like the absolute like maximum peak distance for the week, and here we are now. I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure that analysis that we did, it's like that number is ingrained in my head. I know that 43, there is some sort of resistance. We analyzed the chart, even though we may not have the drawings here, but that's kind of like a, you know, like that's the level where you take a step back and you say, okay, let's see what's next. Are you going to run this level, or are you going to like drop like a rock away from that level and just get rejected? So 43 is kind of like a middle ground right now that I remember we had something on it. We had some dirt on this level, and let's see what it does. Yeah, you can put percent instead of amount easily. very easily. In these fields, you can put percentage. This is a dollar amount. You can put percent. No. The real resistance sits at closer to like 47, 48-ish. There's a gap on CME. And using the Kyofin app right here, we can see that that's probably going to be remember this? Remember this? Remember this? Remember this? So, yeah, this is the analysis chart that we had. This is our superimposed candle right here, showing that we will consolidate here. Here's the line that we drew. Here it is. So we drew it right here and we said we'll consolidate. We did. And we're gonna have candle extension up to here. And yeah, there's a resistance level at that point, and the gap is, if it overshoots that, we're looking at 47, 48. It's right here. So these two lines over here represent that gap. Here it is. So we're still on track here. And a little pullback, and here we are. So just let's leave it as is, so we can look back and say, see, I told you. I mean, that's what you do, right? Move this thing. There we go. And here's some of the highlights here that we have with the gaps. One gap over here, one gap over here. And so, yeah, something like this, I can see that happening. Breakout. People have this resistance line where, you know, I'm looking at CME, and there's a clear resistance line that's coming up. Sits at around 44. And then over there, you know, I don't think we're breaking out. I don't think we're breaking out here. I think we may post a mega wick like one of these guys over here. When we come to 47 and then get rejected back to like 42 or something. Go back inside of this trend line and start bleeding out, maybe. We'll see. But so far, this is what we're looking at. That is what we're looking at. Yes, this is the ultimate trading bot, and you're in control. It doesn't do any stupid things that a bot would. Hey, there's a gap over here also. And we're now above the developing monthly CPR, which means we're not gonna last up there for a long time. We'll come back down. We'll crash and burn. So I'll start averaging in closer to R1 for sure. Into a short, basically. Look, let's bring this down to 1 hour. I don't know why it's taking so long. No. Let's not. That's too small. Too small. I don't know why it's moving so slowly here. This is the phase where the market is like, yeah, I want to go higher. But others are profit taking over here. And we're moved pretty far away from the 50 over here, so could be coming down soon. Now we're gonna have that crossover here soon, or what? Like the orange and the green, and that's gonna mark the top for sure. And then we start ranging, bunch of nonsense over the weekend, and then by Monday we'll probably retrace a little bit, you know, have a little corrective move. I expect one that's gonna come pretty soon and is gonna go back down to about 41.5 or thereabouts. This is a good level to go and retest. So the apex was right here, so why not do something like that, right? If that happens, like we have that ladder, make it quick and painless so we can capture one nice move down and up instantly. The ultimate trading bot. MarketSpy sniffs out an opportunity signals. You call him Bybit Pro, activate, plan it out, kick back and have fun. Watch it do its job. Better than most traders. Fiddling there with Bybit.com, poor man's interface. I'm gonna place an order here. Manual multiple ladders. I'm gonna average out with 5 different price levels. No risk calculator that's a pure lie. Leverage slider to waste your time. It's great. Bybit. Bit by bit, we're killing them. There he goes. Who's ready for a $500 drop out of the blue? Well, if it's going to drop, CR,
how come you're not going short then?
yeah, you say it's gonna drop. Why not just open a short position? Because the setup is still bullish. There's no sign of weakness on indicators, and this little drop profit taking could be so swift and quick that I'd rather buy the drop than short it and not be able to take profit as it starts to post a wick, and you're chasing that wick and you're chasing it, and now it's above your entry and you're like, ah, shit, Scheisnet, right? And then it's over and you're left with a wick that you were like running after. You're like, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, and it's already too late, and now it's above your entry, you know? That's why I don't like shorting. But there's always a hero that fills the bill. And that's QQ Bogdan right now. Do it for the team. You know, I'm too chicken for it. So, add a few contracts for me and our brothers and sisters in the platoon. 2 contracts for for each and every one of our traders. Take that short, make us all proud. Take profit on time. Actually, you don't have to worry about that anymore because limit take profits, you can literally, you don't have to chase now. I'm exaggerating. I'm trying to entertain you guys, but you know that you can put these levels down to like -5, -10, -50, and if you're seeing like, you know, 500 drop, okay, I'm gonna cover like a $200 range, and I'm gonna put in like very conservative numbers here. Bang, you got yourself a nice little short. Hell, you can market sell into it and have these bad boys sitting over here and still come out in profit. So I'm just saying, it's like previous experiences with the market. They teach you a thing or two and those become habits, and it's really new technology comes along to improve your trading environment like Bybit Pro, and it's still hard to get rid of the old defense mechanisms, even though now it's a little safer and you're allowed to trade with instant take profits, instant stop loss placements, you know, with a click of a button. We have that now, and like 99% of the industry has no clue. 99% of Bybit traders have no idea. You guys know how big this is. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And don't forget to tell your friends. They can get a discount. Limited time only. No, seriously. It's hey, there comes the drop. There comes the drop. Question is it going to be a $500 drop or more? Guess we'll find out. Let the panic set in, and everyone starts taking profit. Suddenly you have a $3,000 drop. Didn't plan for that one, CR, did you? Scaling in with your 1,200 points on 4 ATR. Price drops by 3. You're 2x long now. See you next week. I'm gonna wait for that HC to get hit. You know? Look at this! Automation. Even people with poor imagination can take advantage of this. Magical creation that is Bybit Pro. Can't trade without it. Can't trade without it. It's not even a drug once you try it. It's life essence. Boom, that's added another 0.01% to the daily gainer. It's creeping up. Look how beautiful that is. No stress.
We'll be right back. The most important thing in this game is to stay cool. And the best way to do so is to go and take a little shower or jump in the swimming pool. That'll certainly help you stay cool. Other than that, patience is the second ingredient to success. Bam, 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 bam. Tell you what, guys. Breathing is very important. Breathing is like the essential thing that you need in your life. So before going into a trade, take a deep breath. Clear your sinuses, you know? And the second most important thing is, it's important to realize that when you're actively trading, and this is something that I learned on the floor. When you're actively trading, you need to be hungry. You have food in your stomach. I'm serious. I know it sounds like this information is way out there, but when you have
food in your stomach, you will actually underperform. You're lazy, relaxed. Your body, your mind is focused on processing that food. So trade on an empty stomach. Mornings, best time. Lunch, the worst. Midday, evening before the market closes, it's great. Dinner time, be careful. Let Bybit Pro do the work. Automate it. Step away from it. It affects your mind, and your mind is the most important tool here. Not MarketSpy. Not the greatest community of traders in the world called the Platoon. Not Bybit Pro. It's here. The Chinese say your heart is in your belly. So take care of it and eat less when you trade. You're hungry, trying to get that paycheck. Kill the market. Go for the throat. Go for the kill. Trust me, starts right here. Don't eat and trade. No blurry box for you, my friends. Just us. Hell, I should be walking around naked in my own house. This is the Platoon pad. It's not the desk. Yeah, I had a sandwich because I'm done trading for the day. What do you think? I earned that sandwich. I'm not the one looking for a setup to trade right now. I had my sandwich because I earned it. That's all. It was at the end of the day. The reason I said I didn't eat all day is because I really wanted that sandwich. You know, I saved it for later, after all the work was done. Show! Ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap it up. What do you say? Check this out. Here's my final take for tomorrow. Go to R2. I have a position open, ready to take profit on a $2,000 drop. Retrace from there. That's number one. Here's the limit. Here are the parameters. Here are the targets to take profit once we go up to there. Reason I say this is because I think if they push this, it's gonna take a while, but hell, if I go to bed and we go all the way up to here, all the way out, another 3,000 points, unlikely. But in that unlikely event, if that does happen, I want to be short. I want to be hedged. 1x and see what happens. I doubt we go higher. Market will be overheated. I understand. Bullish news, everything, you know. Trillions of dollars coming in. Hedge funds, billionaires jumping on Bitcoin all of a sudden. They didn't want it down there. Suddenly they want it. I don't buy it. I'm going short right here. See what happens, okay? Now, this thing over here, right? This is the 12-hour chart. Gonna take forever, but long-term trend flow is green. Check. Bounce away from the 50 EMA. Check. When that happens, this 50 EMA will cross the 200. Can you see it? I'm gonna get rid of the drawings. Can you see the 200 right here? It's gonna cross it. When that cross happens, we will drop really hard towards this cross. By that time, it will be a buy signal. Okay, it retraces down to this area, closer to this low, will be a buy signal. Right away, we have two things. A trend line that is now, let's get rid of this nonsense over here. Get rid of this one. I don't like it. It's not real. This is the real deal. Pivot low. This isn't established at this point because we're about to in 5 hours. If we close above here, doesn't really matter because it's a high. We're not talking about a higher close. We're talking about a higher high. So this is an established pivot. By the time that crossover happens, we'll be sitting at around like this level over here where I want to be short. And from there, we'll have a little drop. And we're looking to take profit in this blue box. We'll be retesting this top level right here. Simple as that. So the next buy opportunity, if this pumps, is here. The next hedging or shorting opportunity sits at around 47. Between 46 to 47, basically, is what I'm trying to aim at. And that's $3,000 away from here. It's going to take a while, 12-hour chart. Definite support on this grind line going forward, okay? This is the macro. And directionally, if you see, because higher time frames are looking like, remember, green, red, it's a buy signal, okay? Then we also have lower time frames where we will get a red period. And if the long-term trend flow stays like this, right, for a little while, and the next time we get a little wave somewhere here, we're also looking to buy that because longer time frames are bullish. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the reason I want to go short is because by the time we get here, we'll have L1, we'll establish L2, probably somewhere around here even. I'm just marking it so you can know where that would be. So somewhere around here. And then by that time, I think we'll have a cross, and looking like we might get a little divergence here. Not so little, but we'll have a pullback, go back up, and then we'll get that drop. So this is what we're looking at for the next week or so. And the reason I say a week is because on DSR, if we close above this green line, green block, we're going to be chopping through the block on the monthly CPR. We cannot cross monthly and weekly at the same time. So we'll close above weekly, stay in the monthly, chopping, reducing this little short pullback, and then another attempt to go higher. We will rise above R1 monthly, and we will fail because it's really hard to stay up there for longer than this. And I think that's the 50K level we're looking at, and we'll get a pullback then, and potentially break the trend line, or maybe even end up buying it here for one more attempt. Do you see? Is the setup? But this rise so far, MSX momentum is looking very weak. There's really nothing going on here. I don't know why it swung so hard, so aggressively. Should have taken a little time to do so, but you know, it is what it is. And Tonto, I can't hear me. I can't hear myself. I cannot hear me. Can we switch the tune?
Done.
Okay, thanks. Jesus, that was obnoxious. All right, so that's the setup. Now, another thing is, I also have a little runner on the ladder, automated. So I think we pull back now. It's going to be the same story, but on a lower time frame. This is a 1 hour time frame. So anything that drops into the dragon skin is a buy, especially if we get a pyramid over here. And that's probably going to happen overnight. So I'm just going to let this ladder run, constantly buying and selling. It'll go wherever it needs to go, and it's scaled at 2x on the 4 hour time frame, which is, it drops from here to about here. Yeah, that's the distance I'm playing. And if it pulls back, it's more than enough to take profit on these little. That's my overnight play, because I can't really be around it, but I'm gonna let it run into tomorrow. And that's all there is to this setup, pretty much. So Platoon, congratulations once again if you were able to buy the pullback and sell anywhere on any one of these candles. Yeah, I don't care where. You're a champ. If you're still not sure, you haven't taken a single trade, but now you're convinced that this is the real deal and you should, I think you should skip the next trade, because it'll probably fail. We're on a winning roller coaster right now, and that's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. There comes a time when it's just, you know, the name of the game. We'll probably get a setup that's gonna get like, I'm like this, you know, and we're like, oh shit, you know, like and it'll be over, but it'll shake a few heads on the way. I don't know, that could happen anytime, right? For no reason, when there's no setup, when there's nothing, absolutely, you know, the market decides to just crap out. I don't know, S&P dives, nosedives, and Bitcoin, bull run is canceled. Down we go, right? And we're longing these levels, and so we're assuming that if things are calm and steady and rational, which the markets are a little crazy, you know, they're a little they get moody sometimes. They're like women, you know, everything's going fine, and then comes a day when things are just, everything's our fault, you know. So be ready for that. But, and you know, that's why we're not going crazy with 5x. So we should be okay, most of us that follow the rules of engagement here. Risk management is the priority at all times. And let's see how it goes. Exciting times ahead for us. But I think we have an established trend line. This is your next rotational pivot, right? Anywhere here, price gets near it, it's a buy. There will be a retesting over here. But we're still, you know, I don't know. Are we actually going to run this level? If we go higher, like I said, I want to be short at that level only. I want that L. I want to capture that L. I don't know where it happens, but I want to be on it somewhere in this region right here. Okay, I'm counting on that divergence, a little pullback, a buying opportunity once again. Go higher and finally tap out and probably fail this trend line. So let's do it. So what are we going to talk about tomorrow? Probably the same thing, but maybe we'll, you know, fine tune it and find some setups that are more, I don't know. That are more like scalp-like in nature. Measurements here. This was the bottoming and this was the handle. I honestly think that after that breach over here, we have the potential to challenge the freaking highs, man. And that's really gonna suck, because I'm not getting any Bitcoin cheaper than, you know, it's gonna take a long while. But yeah, that's, you know, the neckline is right here. We measure up, break above it, and we're in this. I think this, the true resistance is here. We close that gap, right? We're looking at that gap, and this is where the magic happens. This is where things are going to get really interesting around this level. Yeah, the number is 46, 47. That's the gap. An overshoot, and then a miserable failure from there, and a bleed out. That's what I'm counting on, because I don't know why this thing would reverse and start going higher. That would not make much sense to me. But if it does decide to do that, then of course we're trading long directionally above previous highs and so forth and so on. But that's, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Sounds good? Sounds good. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe, tweet it if you liked it. No more tone vase, I promise you. I had to do it to warm up the chat a little bit in the beginning, but traders are ridiculous, man. I'm gonna start doing videos his style. Yesterday, we closed at... No, sorry. We opened at 48.32 to be precise. And today, we're sitting at 42. If we can close about 43, then I am bullish. Jesus. Tone. Watch your tone. I don't like the way you scam. That's, you know, be sincere at least. This guy is clueless. That's why he got fired from Goldman Sachs. I don't know, man. I gotta go, guys. This is the midnight blues over here. Cheers and have a good night. Be safe. Manage well. We'll talk to you tomorrow. By the way, we'll be reorganizing Discord, and consolidating the MarketSpy community with the platoon for the first time ever. Our family's expanding. I don't feel like leaving MarketSpies on the side. They deserve our love. Can't leave them hanging out there, you know? Dealing with pyramids and squares on their own. We'll bring them back in to the platoon for the time being. You know, it's a slow summer. Why not? We'll have a pool party together. What do you say? Adios. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Really, really. Thank you. Don't buy the t-shirts. Remember, you violate that rule, it's the end of the world. The mug, the stickers, the mouse pad, go for it. Top of the line, Cryptopocalypse now and forever. Thank you for your support. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow.